Well, I'm working on John Locke's 24. So ran out of 4-gauge terminals, so we're going to use the Rockford terminals. And we're going to go ahead and just encapsulate the leads into that first roll. So, but there's another video I'll show you on that. Let me show you real quick. I wanted to do, where's it at? This one. All right, so we got these from a distributor. So they were returns. This one got, I don't know, hammered or whatever, broke the former off. This is the Q-Power Super Deluxe. This is the top end woofer from Q-Power. You may know Q-Power mostly from their boxes. I believe they're out of Texas. So they're out of Texas, and mostly you know them from their Q-Bomb boxes. And basically anybody can order from them. That they typically want you to order like a pallet worth to wherever you are. So pretty common cast frame. This says 4-ohm, which I'm assuming is dual 4. One of the ones that we got actually works, and the specs on it were pretty good. It said the FS was right around 25 hertz. The price on them though is pretty high. So what you want to do is just check with Q-Power, email them. It's best if you have a like a .com business name, you know, in your email, like Patrick at blackjackaudio.com or something like that. That doesn't exist, but I'm just saying, if you know, the name of your shop or your brand or whatever you're doing. But I wanted to look into rebadging these woofers. This one I got to rebuild. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the boot off so that there's no saying of that. I already had Sherry pull this is just a Mylar decal. That comes off the residue you want to get rid of with some naphtha. And then I'm going to pop that grill off. So here's the other one. It's already done, tested, worked great. Oh. Q-Power. The pictures on the photo are, they're a little different than the actual one. Let me move this out of the way real quick. Oh, that's right. I remember on the testing, the leads were bouncing up against the cone. This whole thing is a little high, and there's not quite enough spider really. They should have only used a lower spider, but whatever. But anyways, I was able to bend these down to keep them out of the way. And let's go ahead and do a sweep on it. See what it can do. Yeah, FS is at 30, so, which is still low enough. It's still fine, but it's definitely not even nowhere clear or nowhere near 25. And so the VAS is 3.6, so it's a little high, but again, that's if you want to get to 30 hertz. And they probably don't make a box big enough and tuned low enough from Q-Power anyway. So that's one of the problems with their designs, is a lot of their designs are built by designed around being efficient use of the wood. Meaning they want to get the job done, but they don't want to use too much wood, because if you use too much wood to make the port long, then, you know, that costs more, and then whatever. So, but other than that, I mean, it's a good woofer. Looks like, yeah, it's kind of the RE, the resistance is coming in at 6 ohms. So it's a dual 4. This one says number 127. Don't know what that means, but you know, whatever. I'm going to go ahead and cut the boot off, and then I'll probably leave. No, this one had some boo-boos because it was sent in and a bunch of woofers were piled on top of one another. But what I'll do is I'll go ahead and cut the cap, and then I'll do something maybe concave, maybe even cover up the stitching. I don't know. This looks like a little bit smaller than our Johnny 5 roll that you can get from, which it would be the Sine 1535 from Lord of Bass. A little smaller, but we'll see if this one, here it is. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It's like I'm fucking prepared or something. Let me flip it over just to get the diameter right. That looks pretty damn close. Yeah, I think we'll just use that. And then we can put, you know, whatever, some sticker on it. Gonzo, whatever. Oh, it's great too. I really love the feedback that I get when people, again, it's just a couple of weirdo hotheads. They're like, hey, that's a blah, blah, blah woofer. And I'm like, look, the children in China don't care what brand it is. It's not, brand only exists in your mind, okay? Stop being an idiot. Be a grown-up. Know that virtually all the parts are the same, and brand doesn't matter. Brand is not a thing. That's like believing in the brand of human. There you go. Oh, you're racist, oh, when you say that, right? Yeah, don't say that. There's no brand of human. There's no brand of product. There's just product. There's just performance, and then there's performance plus price. And then in the case of students that follow me, there's brand, performance, price, and then the ability to debadge. That's the greatest one. Tomorrow I'm going to go ahead and talk to the guys at Recoil about, because the warehouse is getting too full, so we're getting ready to move. They're probably move by probably the middle probably by the middle of next year. I imagine. It depends on when the lease is up and all that kind of stuff, and how they can make it work. They could just get shipping containers to augment some of the storage, but I want to do a dealer select brand, which is the same products that Recoil carries. And what we do is they're non-badged. It shows up in a white box. They're not badged, and then you can badge them. So again, that's the generic idea that I've been talking about for a long time. Now, here's the kicker. In the last video, I told you about there's not really a way for me to monetize a lot of my ideas. I have just been giving them freely, and I feel like they haven't been appreciated the way that they could be, maybe should be. I don't want to have expectations, but I also am pulling back on some of the enthusiasm that I've shown in the past for R&D and new products and fixing boo-boos. So what I want you to do is go ahead and let Recoil know. Go ahead and email them from their website, recoilaudio.com, which if you look at the who is, you'll notice that eFoundation, TEF Media, which was under my control, used to control and own those. So my loyalty has been doubted, and I'm like, I believed in Recoil way before everybody else, but that's fine. And the URLs came up, and I snagged them, and then I traded them for I think the plugs, the PPI plugs, because we found the source over in China, and we scooped up, and we did a batch of like 1,000 pieces of each one. I have those, by the way, if you want to just hit me up. Yeah, I've believed in the Recoil brand for years, and I really want to sort of flex the power that you guys have, and that this is what you want and this is what you need, which is I'm calling it dealer select, which is basically just a dealer. It's a shade tree installer, small dealer type of a brand. I don't know what to call it. It's not really a brand because it's generic. But you can call it dealer select. Dealer select is actually probably worse. I just don't want anything on the woofer. Like the packaging, you can say dealer select or whatever, but that's fine. But the idea is that it gives you blank products so that you can put a badge on it, and you can mark it up, and you can make your full 50 points like it used to be in car audio. So you guys have seen the products from Recoil. They're great for the most part. There's a couple of stinkers, but for the most part, it provides good value, especially at a great price. And that's what you guys have come to see. Now on the dealer select, I would love to sort of develop that with you guys and come out with sort of a standard model of products that are basically like the Echo series, the ones with the blue trim on them. We'd get rid of that too. Just be all black, just plain, just generic, just something that you can rebadge for your brand. Or even a lot of times if you're dealing with the customer, they don't even care. They're just like, hook me up. You're like, all right, I got something for $60 a pair that's reasonable, because something comparable at Best Buy would cost about $100 to $129 per pair. So you're giving them a break, right? Because you're not charging them as much as Best Buy, and then of course charge the same for labor. That way you can pay your installers well, or even do what I do, which is you split it with them. So and you can call around to find out what shops charge, whether it's $50 an hour, $70 an hour, or In the case of like, say, some coaxials, you just say $50 per location or whatever, because sometimes it's a little more for something like Volvo, BMW, Mercedes, and those ones that are, they use a lot of screws and they're kind of complicated sometimes. But the point I'm making is I want you guys to go ahead and email Recoil and let them know that you want dealer select. I cannot, you know, and I don't even want to give you the email because I want you to figure it out, and I want only smart people to do this, because smart people know that Recoil products are good, yes, but you can't resell them for anything. Sorry, Sherry's calling me for dinner. But you can't resell them for shit. So they're only, in fact, some products, like even like Black Brick, if they go on sale, or even Scar, especially Scar. Scar is so cheap, you can't even, you can buy it cheaper on Amazon than you can on their dealer program. I know because I signed up for it under Blackjack Audio. And so it's a waste of everybody's time. And the idea of brand and sort of leveraging it because you have something that nobody else has, those days are gone, right? Especially what you've seen with the sale of JL Audio. There's not going to be any brands like that anymore, period. So the best thing you can do is be hyper local, where you are the expert in your area, and you know, you get them for, say, whatever it is. The cheapest price, I think I saw the RCX 65 for like $20 a pair. So you get them for $20 a pair, and then you resell them for $60 a pair. Wow, that's a huge markup. You don't see those kinds of markups unless you commit to $100,000 or more per year for a premium brand like JL Audio or Sundown or something like that, or Rockford Fosgate or something like that. And then even then, like we saw with Rabati & Sons over here, they're a local distributor. Slang & Sounds is the largest Rockford Fosgate dealer in the world as far as volume goes. They were selling their stuff cheaper than what Rabati & Son could buy it for, right? And that's one of the problems when you're sharing a brand like that. They were both sharing and distributing and selling the Rockford Fosgate brand, but then all of a sudden you're competing with people who are your quote-unquote teammates. Again, the idea of brand is dead, and that is because of the internet. So that's good for consumers, right? Because the price goes down. But for a lot of you guys that want to resell, it's horrible because you can never make any points. And so that's why, again, I want to do it's called Dealer Select. Again, email Recoil and say, I want Dealer Select. Now, what would be really great is if you guys start emailing them, and the boss, Larry, is like, what the fuck is this, Patrick? And I'm like, I'll tell you what it is. So, and then what's really great is I only want to do like 2 stages right now, which is you just do the Echo series, but as a generic, and then we do a premium series, which that's what I want to design for. And I also want to be nationwide distributor for that, for North America. Make me that. You guys can vote me that. If there's enough momentum and enthusiasm for me, I would love to have a job and not have to deal with this all day, right? And Larry is trying to recruit me, but I'm like, dude, I would take a huge pay cut if I did that. Not that I get paid here, but just I have a lot of bills that I have to cover every month, and so they would have to cover those. But so, anyways, email Recoil, tell them you want Dealer Select, and let's look about doing the most popular items as a generic white box that then you guys can rebadge and resell and make 50, 60 points the way that car audio used to be. So I love you guys. I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna do some more videos. Come out here. I'll talk to you later. I love you. Bye.